Hello officials, welcome back to our final video for outdoor soccer for blended learning. The final video is going to be two-person positioning. In outdoor soccer, we're going to work two people, one on one end of the field, one on the other sideline of the field. So in this we have a lead and a trail. A lead is the person that is head of the play, is responsible for their sideline and their end line, and they have to determine if a goal counts, and their primary responsibility for penalties inside their box. The trail is the person on the other side, and they trail the play, and they have to catch the play behind the ball, and they're responsible for their sideline and the opposite end line. So if it comes back, it's going to be their touch line, and they will start the kickoffs and all whistles. The trail and the lead are going to be fluid. So at one point you could be the lead, the other point you could be the trail. So depending how you're going up and down the field, your positions are fluid. So are your areas of coverage. What we want to make sure here in this slide is a general lead and trail position. As you can see, the play on this slide is going to go left. So when the trail official blows his or her whistle, they're going to go towards the lead. So you can see their areas of coverage here. The blue is the trail, the green is the lead. Now these aren't set in stone. You can't be like, well, that was in their area, it wasn't in my area, or hey, this is what it's always going to be. These are always fluid, because if we have more people on one side of the field than the other, we have to shift where our eyes are. The next one you're going to see is the goal kicks. As you see the blue here is going to be the trail. They're going to watch everything here, and if something happens to come back towards that goal, they're going to be ready to go. As you can see, they're just above the 18, or in our case it's going to be the 13 for the penalty area box, and they're going to watch for the legality of the play. The lead is going to be just beyond midfield, depending how the team plays. If they're not kicking it beyond midfield, we have to adjust. Or if they're kicking it further than that, we have to adjust our positioning. And the gray area is kind of where there's going to be dual coverage here. On a corner kick, what I want the lead to be is on that sideline. You have to be on that end line, because you need to determine if a goal counts or does not count. Preferably you're just inside the corner kick, so the person's going to be kicking from behind you, but you're still out of play and you can still see it. The trail now comes down a little bit further. For us, it's going to be about the white line for the 20-yard line, for the 20-yard for flag football, and we're going to have dual coverage in the box here, because there's going to be a lot more action in this box than normal play. So if we do have a corner kick, both officials need to be on that side of the field. What I can't have is an official at midfield and one not even to the end line, because then we don't know if a goal may or may not be scored. So we need to make sure we handle that. On penalty kicks, it's something similar. The lead's going to be on the end line or the touch line, and the trail's going to be right up above the penalty box line. The responsibilities here is the lead's going to have the goalkeeper and the shooter. The trail has everybody else outside the penalty box. On a penalty kick, the goalkeeper can move side to side on the line, but cannot come forward until the ball's kicked. The kicker has to make it one continuous motion, or it's a penalty, or they have fouled. The lead will look at the goalkeeper and say, "Are you ready?" And they'll give him a thumbs up or say yes. Give them a second, then blow your whistle to put the ball in play. And that's when the player has to start one continuous motion. If the ball is not scored, the other players may enter the penalty area once the ball is kicked. If for some reason the kicker stops and restarts, it's a foul, it goes the other way. So we need to make sure we read and react to that. On throw-ins, we want to box the play in as best we can. In this case, the trail then goes behind the ball as it goes to the left, and the lead official is on their sideline ahead of the play, ready to receive it. And if for some reason it happens to go the other way, the trail becomes the lead and they shift and they go. In this case, the throw-in is going to go to the right. The lead is now on ball side, but they're going to go way ahead of the play, still watching for the legality of the throw-in, and the trail now creeps up and is a little bit closer. Remember, for a throw-in, the ball has to go above the head, two hands, equal force, with both feet on the ground at the time of the throw. If those requirements aren't met, we blow the whistle and we go the other way. In this position, we want to make sure that we keep this play boxed in. If there are players that are reaching to the end line or the touch line, we need to make sure that we're there. So here you're going to see how we move with the play. Again, the play goes up the field to the left, turns around and goes back to the right. And you can see that the lead and the trail are keeping up with the play and making sure that they're keeping it boxed in. And that's what we need you to do as officials. So make sure you do this when you try to keep this play boxed in. Inevitably, you're going to get beat up the field. So if you happen to get beat, that's fine. Try to officiate the play from behind. So what we need you to do is try to see space as officials. What you need to do is, if you see this, you're wrong. So if we have player here, and you're right here, you can't see if there's a foul. This is called stacking. If you see this, player here, and the official's here, you now can see space of where I am. So player, official. You can now see space, and we can officiate this play. Now we can see who makes the contact. So we want to make sure we try to get these angles. If you get stacked, move so you can now see space. And it may be a step or two in one direction or the other. What we're trying to do as officials is to stay on the sidelines. What we don't want you to do is go too far into the field or too far off the field, because then you can't see if the ball is still in play. So we want to make sure that we're trying to go up and down that line. You have a 2-yard buffer from where the team boxes are. So please use that. If teams happen to get into it, you can go ahead and back them up to make sure you have your space to work. So as we watch here, we're going to watch some of our two-person system. On this corner kick, the official's in great position. She's where she needs to be on the inside. She gets back to the line and points the direction. The trail official on this one probably could creep down a little bit so he can see a little bit of the backside of the play. But overall, these two officials are in the position that we need them to be. You notice the trail official didn't take off running once the ball went the other way. He read to see where the play was going to go, and the lead official waited to make sure the player's cleared, that she could move. So this is a great piece of officiating by these two. On this play, you will see the lead and the trail in a throw-in. We're in good position. The lead in this case is right on the line where she needs to be to determine if this ball is going to be a goal or not a goal. And the trail official is making sure the legality of the throw-in is good. So again, another good example of these two officiating well together. On this play, you'll see this official sort of get beat, and then the ball goes out of play, and he points and he doesn't chase the ball. And then he brings subs in. Here's how I want you to officiate. He shuffles down the field, he stays on the line, he moves out of the way and lets the ball go. I don't pay you to chase the ball. Let it go, let the players go get it. If for some reason they kick it way far out, we're going to wait, and they got to go get it and bring it back in. The official here also does a great job recognizing that subs. He blows his whistle and brings subs in and holds up the play. So we need to recognize that. They say subs, boop, subs, come on in. And then you let them throw. You do not need a whistle on the throw-in. You simply just put your hand down and say you're good to go. When the ball goes out of play, you also want to say the color if they don't know and point direction. So this one, it looks like it clearly goes out and it's going to be yellow ball. Simply point yellow ball. If there's confusion, you've got to say the color. So in this one, there may be some confusion because the yellow girl kicks the ball off green's foot and goes out of play. So again, the official does a phenomenal job letting everybody know how to handle this play. Here we have what looks to be a corner kick. The official does bring in the subs. Actually, both officials do a great job putting their hands up, stopping play to bring in subs. The official on the near side, the lead, puts himself in a position so he can see if a ball is scored or not scored. And as this play continues, the trail probably could come down just a little bit further to referee this play to put himself in a better position. So as this play continues, the lead official holds to make sure there's nothing going to happen and waits until the ball is either played to the goalkeeper or is cleared. In this case, it's scored. So he's right there on that line, blows his whistle, points to midfield, and counts a goal. So again, the lead official does a great job staying in position. The trail official could come down just a little bit more to help out his partner in this case. This final play, you'll see the blue team save a ball from going out of bounds. The official in this case is right on the line. Says play on to let everybody know the ball did not go out of bounds, and then is able to rule to see if there's going to be a goal or not. The official is in a great position on this play. I believe this came off a corner kick, so he was in his position that he needed to be. So communicating with players is one of the biggest part of your jobs, and letting them know that, hey, we can play on, or we have this, it's huge. Preventive officiating will go a long way in your game. So if you can go in and talk to players or talk to captains and let them know you need help, or communicate play on, or we have a foul, or what the foul is, who has the card, is going to go a long way in our books. So please make sure that you have this as you officiate. On this play, you will see the officials come up. You'll see the lead official not make it to the touchline, but the trail official try, and the goalkeeper kicks the ball away from the goal. This is where the official needs to be booking it down to that touchline or that end line, because she cannot see if that ball is scored. The goalkeeper does a fantastic job of making sure he kicks the ball away. In my mind, I don't think this is a goal. Again, but you never know if it crossed that line or not. So it's imperative that you get to that touchline to make sure you can rule if that's a goal or not. On this play, you will see that there was a foul called. The blue player, the ATO player, then puts himself in position to have to be back up to 10 yards. The official comes out, counts out 10 steps, make sure we make them long steps, then puts the player where he needs to be, and then it's now played on our whistle, and that's what he tells this player as he gets ready to kick. It's now on my whistle because you asked for 10 yards. And once it's played, we're good to go. He should not have put his hand up here for this because it's not an indirect kick. It's a direct kick. But once a player asks for 10 yards, you back him up 10 yards, and it's now played on your whistle. But you don't have to put your hand up on that. The official does a good job other than putting his hand up for this. The lead official in this, at this point in time as we're backing up, should probably be making her way down to the goal line to see if a goal is scored, which she eventually does. So overall, this is a great job by this crew. On this play, this is where we talk about, do you see this or do you see this? The camera's going to see this, which is good to see here. But the officials don't see this. They see this, not this. So the problem here is that the blue player makes contact with the yellow player and displaces him. This is a foul on the blue player. The yellow player, after getting contact, then takes the blue player to the ground and causes a foul there, and then the ball goes out of play. There has to be a whistle on this play. The official just lets the ball go out of bounds and be played there. We need to be a little bit more assertive on this play to say, hey, blue fouled, it's gold ball, and we point our direction. In this case, there could be some confusion where blue may not have thought he fouled and then thought he got fouled by yellow. So we need to make sure that we're clear and concise. I don't think there's a card at all in this play. I just think it happens to be a hustle play, but we need to make sure that we blow this one dead and put the right people in the right position. Again, that's the difference of seeing this versus this. If you see this, you may not see who made contact. So we need to make sure that we get into position if we can. Again, I thank you for watching all these videos, and we will see you at